When you understand and can master consciousness, you can master any situation. You can manifest your very best life. You can resolve the insoluble. You can enhance all your relationships. Self-mastery is the key that unlocks every door. So how do we master consciousness? To do this, we need to understand that there are more perspectives than our own, and if we befriend them, we maximize our potential. The subject of consciousness is like a maze. There are so many different models, concepts, and opinions. But there is a simple template that can help you to navigate your way through. There are three main aspects of consciousness that need to be understood to help us find resolution and peace. They are self, other, and lovingly detached. These are best considered as three different vantage points, three different ways of looking at the same thing. Each offers a unique perspective, but if any one position is considered by itself, then we have an incomplete view of reality. This means we are bound to draw inaccurate conclusions. We must consult the other two positions. So, if we want to improve our perspective and enrich our understanding, we must be willing to suspend our interpretations, prejudices, and beliefs, and have the humility to consult the other positions before drawing conclusions. In today's meditation, you are being invited to look at reality from these three different perspectives. To first look at something from your own point of view. Then look at it from the position of other, which means looking at it from over there, seeing it in the way the other person is seeing it, and then seeing it from a lovingly detached position, which is the most challenging of the three, but with practice will get easier. The lovingly detached position asks you to take both self and other into account, but also to see what they might have missed. It's where you walk around the entire scene, looking at it from all vantage points. Begin by taking your mind back to a time when you were certain that you were right. There was no doubt in your mind that it was everyone else who was missing the point, and you fought hard for your position. In the silence that follows, allow your mind to find and select a situation that reflects this scenario. Try and see it with as much detail as you can. You can see this scene clearly, and as you watch it unfolding, you consider why you felt you were right. What did you feel the other person or people were missing? Did you feel you were not seen, valued, or heard? Take some time now to examine this situation further. Having viewed this from your perspective, the challenge now is to see it from over there, from the other person's point of view. It's important to note this is not about being right and winning, so you will need to suspend that attitude and approach. This is about learning and growing. So, in the silence that follows, as best you can, take up the challenge of seeing the same scene from the perspective of other. Remember, this involves suspending your prejudices and interpretations. Try to be as probing and as honest as you can, because that is where the deepest insights and greatest learning will come from. You may not have completely seen the story from the other point of view, because it's not always easy to do, and it takes practice and a willing heart. For the next little while, just take some more time to view the situation from over there. Hopefully by now, you've enriched your own point of view by looking at the scene through the eyes of the other or others involved. Remember, this is not about being right. It's about broadening your awareness and expanding your consciousness. We have a powerful set of neurons in the brain called mirror neurons, and amongst their functions, they offer us the ability to see the world as others see it. They help us to develop connection, empathy, and community. And although one cannot see the world exactly as another may see it, we can drastically narrow the gap between the perspective of self and other, creating greater harmony in the process. It's now time to view the same scene from the position of loving detachment. This requires an even greater capacity for kind judgment. It's a position that sees the self and other clearly, but it has a greater appreciation for context and the other variables that make up reality. It sees the other factors that tend not to be considered, and in doing so, it enriches our experience and understanding. So, in the silence that follows, see if you can see what else is relevant to this situation. See if you can better understand why both parties were fixed in their respective positions. Was there some other influence or agenda at work? Were you being driven by your patterns and pathology? Do an honest audit now and see if you can find anything else at play. Some new information will have emerged, or at the very least, a deeper appreciation of something already understood. Either way, your view is more complete than when you began. But just take a little while longer to see if there's anything else floating around in the ether. Is there another insight or a deeper connection to be made? Before bringing the journey to a close, it's now time to collate all that you have gathered from the three positions: self, other, and lovingly detached. Each one offers a unique view on every moment, and with the memory that you have revisited, you will have a different understanding and appreciation of what was going on. And from there, you can take the insights you've gathered and develop a richer perspective. You'll be able to use this to inform other transactions and situations in your life. Just spend a little while now pulling together all the learning so that you can use it to assist you in the future. When you began, you started out with one point of view, and hopefully you can now see how short-sighted it is to see the world only through your own eyes. Because even when we are right, there is still so much to learn from these two other vantage points. Make it a regular mission to practice seeing life events from these three different perspectives. It is particularly advantageous to do this in your interactions with others. You will find this practice will enrich your life, help you keep growing, and enhance your relationships. These three aspects of consciousness are gifts that keep on giving.